Hi guys, welcome back to Garden Obsessed. My name is Carla. Today I wanted to talk about tomatoes. It's March, and for me in March that means I can pretty much get away with planting whatever I want to plant now. It's still a little early for some things, a lot of things, but if you're willing to pot things up and you have the space to do so, you can get away with planting a lot right now. So one of those things is tomatoes. Last year I got a little ahead of myself. Typically I would say where I live, the May long weekend is usually when a lot of people plant their gardens. Last year I planted my tomatoes and I don't think I saved my peppers. They're a little more tender, but my tomatoes I planted out on, I think it was the 22nd of May. And looking at the forecast, I should have been fine. But we had kind of a surprise hard frost, not just a light frost. It was like a hard freeze. I had my tomatoes covered with frost cloth, but it didn't do enough to save them. It killed them all off. And last year was not the year to take that risk. With the pandemic and people all starting gardens, it was hard to find at least sizable tomato starts. So I was pretty bummed last year. So this year I want big, giant, beautiful tomatoes. So I thought some of you might be interested in the varieties that I'm growing this year. And it's certainly not too late if you see something that piques your interest. You still have time to find them. So the first thing I'll start with is the paste tomatoes that we're going to be growing. Paste tomatoes are the thing that we probably use the most. They're not the most fun to grow. Like I like to grow a lot of the big beefsteak, different colored tomatoes and some of the crazy cool cherry tomatoes, but these are definitely the ones that we get the most use out of. We make a lot of salsa, and I want to make a lot of our own tomato sauce this year. So I've grown all of these before. These are all staples in our garden. The first one is the Opoca Tomato. It's larger than like a Roma. I've not gotten it as large as one of the other ones I'm going to be showing you, but it's like a good all-round paste tomato. This is probably my favorite paste tomato. It's more Roma sized, and I think it has the best flavor. And then the Amish paste tomato. For me, these ones are the largest of the paste tomatoes that we grow. So that's the paste tomatoes. Next is cherries. So the first one here is called Tasty Treat. I could be wrong, but I think this is a hybrid tomato. But we tried it at, they had a bowl of cherry tomatoes at one of our local nurseries. And my boyfriend tried it, and this was his favorite all-time cherry tomato. So now this one gets grown for him. Dancing with Smurfs, I received in a swap a couple years ago, and this one actually turned out to be my dad's favorite. So whether this ends up in our garden or not, it will definitely be in his. Sun Sugar is my favorite cherry tomato. It's very similar to a Sun Gold, but this one isn't a hybrid, so you can save the seeds yourself. These two are new. I've not grown them before. So the first one is Sunrise Bumblebee. Looks pretty. And then Isis Candy. I've never grown this one before, and it looks interesting as well. So next, I guess we'll go with like my red slicing tomatoes. I may whittle this down farther. There's still quite a few in this pile, but so the first one is the Scotia Tomato that I received as part of the Canadian Seed Challenge from Hickory Craft Farm. So I am very excited to grow this one. It was developed here in Nova Scotia, and I live in Nova Scotia, so that feels very appropriate. Bonnie Best. I may or may not grow this one. I have quite a few just similar slicing red tomatoes, so I don't think I need this many, but these are the ones that are definitely on the contender list. Paul Robeson. I've never grown this one before. This is definitely going to be a must grow. I see people rave about it, so this one is definitely going to get grown. Abe Lincoln, same. It's I have grown it before. I don't remember if it was super productive or not, but because I can't remember, this one is still on the grow list. These ones I just picked up this year. Starfire Improved. I've heard Starfire is a good tomato, and Starfire Improved sounded like potentially an even better tomato, so I've never grown these, so they might be on the grow list. Bush beefsteak. These are my parents' favorite. They don't like to stray into the world of colored slicing tomatoes, so this one probably won't make it into our garden, but I'll start it for them. Triple crop. I've never grown before, but lots of people say good things about it. I think they grow quite sizable as well, so this will definitely be in our garden this year. And German Johnson tomato. So that's it for the red slicers. Next we have some of the colorful ones. So this one I also received as part of the Canadian Seed Challenge, German Pink. I love the big, huge pink tomatoes, so I think I will really like this one, and this is definitely going to get grown. The Great White Blues tomato. You can see my notes here. It was developed in Quebec. I've never grown it. It looks really interesting. I've never seen a tomato quite like it. It's kind of a white or pale yellow tomato with dark purple shoulders. It's quite striking. And then I have never settled on, a black or purple tomato, like which one I love the best. So I want to grow 3 or 4 of them this year and finally decide which one is my favorite. So on that list is Black Crim, Cherokee Purple, and Black from Tula. So I'm not sure which one's gonna win, but we'll find out. Next I have a couple of yellows. Dr. Weish's yellow, which is very similar to Kellogg's Breakfast. And that's it. That's my list. I think most of them will get grown, other than maybe some of the reds will get scaled back a little bit. But what are you growing in your garden this year? What tomatoes, have I maybe missed, or do you suggest I grow? Please let me know, and we'll see you next time.